Hello my gorgeous Gemini, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my beautiful, gorgeous, precious Gemini, and it's for February 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous Gemini, and it's for February 2019. Okay, so this month you are going to have a number 14. It is a very powerful number, and it is a very significant number, and especially when it comes to you and your own personal grounding. You need to make sure that you do a really nice grounding. You need to ground yourself this month. The way you're going to ground yourself this month, I would really highly suggest to start with the very first day of February. First, or if you count on the first or maybe second day of the February. As earlier you do it in February, the better it's going to be. This is going to be really important because you are going to be spiritually rather potent and rather powerful. You will be absorbing all sorts of energies because you are kind of reaching the certain stage of your spiritual journey. But especially when it comes to your spirituality, and especially when it comes to your mediumship, especially when it comes to your psychic energy, this is going to be really significant months, and you will see exactly what I mean when I say that you need to do grounding. You need to make sure that you ground yourself in a very, very special and in a very particular way. I need you to do this. You need to ground yourself literally while you are on the ground, not under like a fake floor, like a wooden floor or anything like that. You literally need to be somewhere outside. It could be in the forest, okay, or it could be like in the forest, like if it's a normal forest, not forest full of animals that could eat you or something, of course. Okay, if you are in the if you can go into the forest, or if you can basically go like somewhere in the garden, if you got a little bit of a garden somewhere, if you find like somewhere like a little bit of a ground on the floor, like a nice ground that's not really walked on as often, or it's like if it would be the ground that wasn't walked on at all, it would be absolutely even better because the energy is just really nice and clear. The bottom line is to find a little bit of ground outside, and earth. You need the actual earth for this type of grounding. I need you to do, you're going to need to find a little bit of earth in the nature, whether it's in your garden, whether it's outside in a park, whether it's somewhere like where in the forest. It all depends. Once you find like a certain like a little piece of earth, okay, the way you're going to find it is just like at the beginning, you're just going to like kind of put your frame of mind, you're going to set your mind to it, you're going to like get your like third psychic eye. It's going to be quite really powerful as well throughout February. So you are going to be drawn like really easily, even if you don't know which piece of land to go to or something like that, to find a little bit of earth, for yourself. And I'm going to tell you what to do, of course. It's just like you will just be guided by your spirit guides, and you will feel, you will kind of find a space, and you will kind of spot, and you will find it, and you will know that that's the right spot. What you need to do is just you need to I know it's the winter time, it's really cold in some places of the world. I know, I do understand. In some places of the world it's like hot and warm, which is ideal at the moment. But what I need you to do, like at the beginning of February, okay, you're just going to need to find that piece of earth, and then you're going to need to sit there. You're going to need to take your shoes off, you're going to need to take your socks off, and you're going to need to stand on that little bit of earth, like you're going to need to stand there literally, like, hello, I'm standing, you see, like you're going to need to stand on it with your bare feet, bare feet. And I know it's cold somewhere, I repeat, like, but it doesn't matter. This will only be for like about a few minutes anyway. So I'm like, for example, in England, so I could do this outside for a few minutes with no problem, you see. So that's what I'm saying. But basically what would you need to do is just like a stand on that ground, and just for like about a couple of minutes, I need you to stand on the ground with the bare feet. You are having connection with the ground, you're having connection with the earth, you are having connection with the mother nature, you are having connection at the same time with yourself. You are burning a little flame within yourself at the same time. You are manifesting things at the same time, but most of all you are making a strong connection with the actual earth. Okay, so I need you to close your eyes, I need you to relax, I need you to imagine like a white powerful light like going around you, going down. You start with your head, the powerful light is going down, going around your bum, going around your knees, going down to your feet. And when it comes to your feet, it just goes into the ground. And as it's going into the ground, you just imagine this energy is going to be like a tree roots, like a long beautiful tree roots. You need to imagine this in your head, you need to imagine this in your mind. At the same time, you're energetically creating this in your feet. So this needs to come from your feet. Okay, so it's a lot of tree. You see, like tree roots, like it's gonna come like through your feet, and you need to think about. You need to imagine this. And every single root, this is a more energy, a more connection, more power, more healing. You are going to be making and connecting with the earth. This is so important. This is all what you need to do. So you imagine just yourself like that with a white light going around, going down, and going through your feet. And this is the strong connection when these tree roots are going through your feet. Like you imagine this in your mind, of course. At the same time, you're making these strong connections, rejuvenating you, it's giving you power, it's grounding you, it's healing you, it's healing you, it's healing you. And you're just standing there and just imagining like all these like roots like coming out of your feet, like going into the ground. And this is when the connection happens. Just stay there for a couple of minutes and just absorb all this energy, absorb all this power, just exchange all this energy. And that's all what you need to do, basically. Just a couple of minutes, or just like a little bit of meditation like this. And this is the grounding I need you to do. I need you to do because this is going to be very special month for you indeed. Something very interesting is going to happen this month, and this is what number 14 is. It means that you need to ground yourself, but also there is going to be a very special journey that you are going to have. This journey, this month that you are going to have, this doesn't have to be necessarily like really long trip abroad, or it doesn't have to be like a days away or something like that, like 15-hour flight or something like that. This journey could be just something tiny, from one city to another city, or from one place to another place. So it's just something that's going to happen while you're walking, while you're on some kind of a journey, and it is going to be very, very very special for you, because the certain something is going to happen that is going to be quite out of ordinary. Something is going to happen that is going to be quite unusual, and at the same time you are going to see something really strange. You are going to see something really unusual. That unusual thing in particular is also going to become at the same time your omen. This is going to be really powerful and really significant, because you are going to need to remember at the same time as well. You're going to need to be really wise, and you're going to need to remember what you were thinking about the time, but at the same time you're going to need to be really wise and remember to not to jump into any conclusions. Do not to jump into any conclusions. The big option is suddenly going to become available for you, but you're just going to need to remember to not to jump into conclusions. Just remember, for me, you're going to need to step away from the situation, at least a couple of days break after that, and then you will be able to kind of make a decision. Okay, this is going to be really important for you to happen. And the reason why you need to ground yourself, it's because I said purely it is going to be a very powerful month, and a lot is going to be happening spiritually. You're going to be open, like very much so open. But I say to you, when you are when you are spiritually open, it's brilliant, because you are able to get all these signs and all these messages from the spiritual. But at the same time, when you're spiritually open, you are just open to negativities and other entities that you may not want into your life, that can actually drain your energy and make you feel in a certain way. And this is why you need to protect yourself. Okay? And what else I was going to say, the number 14 is going to be a very significant number, because it's saying to you that the finances are actually going to start really improving rather nicely at around the mid-month in February, mid-month, especially mid-month. There's going to be a very important point when it comes to your finances as well, when it comes to your financial situation. So this is going to be really important. And the certain family member is going to have something exciting happening to them, and you're going to absolutely love this. Okay, when it comes to your actual health, you see, I can see that the energy levels are going to be quite okay. You see, when it comes to you, and when it comes to throughout the month, it is going to be rather good month when it comes to the actual energy levels. Okay, so you're again going to find yourself achieving quite a lot indeed, which is absolutely brilliant, of course. But on another hand, what else I was going to say, that you are actually going to have a dry hands. There's going to be the problem with the dry skin that you're again going to have on the dry hands, but especially dry hands, which is telling me that just to make sure that you are using natural shower gels, natural bath forms and things like that. Everything natural. Avoid chemicals as much as you can, because chemicals you are going to be your skin is actually going to be very prone to be very sensitive when it comes to the actual chemicals. So I would really highly suggest you to use like a shower gels without chemicals and natural shower gels, and most importantly also like a shampoos and things like that, but also most important like a cream after after that, you know, some kind of moisturizing cream is going to be very, very significant, not only for your hands, but for your feet. You're going to have a quite dry feet as well, which can be quite uncomfortable feeling sometimes. And so just a natural cream for the whole body as well is going to be really, really significant. And another thing that I was going to say to you is just kind of try to drink like an orange juice in the morning. Try to like do your own orange juice in the morning, because it's going to do you really, really well, and it's going to help you to get rid of the certain toxins in your body. There are not that many of the toxins left in your body at this moment in time, in this February, in this month now, but it's just going to be really significant. You could have the very first thing in the morning like oranges, like if you could make your own freshly squeezed oranges, not the one from the carton, but the one that you can actually squeeze and make with organic oranges if preferable, if not just at least oranges, you know. So significant, because you're going to benefit from that quite nicely. Okay, so now my beautiful, gorgeous, stunning Geminis, I'm going to start with the very first date that I have for you here. Now, the very first date, sorry, excuse me. The very first day that we're, okay, the very first day that we are having here, it's going to be the 3rd of February. Now, the 3rd of February is just like there is going to be a little bit of conflict with somebody, and it is just somebody that it's just something is going to happen just quite weirdly, and something is going to happen quite out of the blue, and it's just a little bit of conflicting situation is going to happen with someone, and I just need you to be careful, because this person is just someone who is just also kind of having lots of problems, someone who is going through lots of difficult situations, somebody who is going through something really difficult in their lives, and this is not going to be something personal, but also it seems like someone is going to try to take something out on you. Just be really careful indeed. It's not someone who is really, really evil or something like that, but just try to not to get offended, or try to not to choose to get offended. As people nowadays, sometimes nowadays people just get offended for all sorts of reasons, like really quickly, and getting offended getting offended is just a state of mind. People choose to get offended, you know. If people get offended, they have the problem, not the one that offended them necessarily, you know. So this is just one of those things, really. So now what I was going to say to you is just like so basically just a kind of, just remember that someone who with a lot of problems is just going to try to take something out on you. Just remember to rise above the situation. You're going to be absolutely fine. And this is going to be the day, the 3rd of February. Just please, this is an important day, especially when it comes to like don't jump into conclusions. Don't jump into conclusions. Don't start anything huge or anything big on this particular day, because it's not going to be a good day to start something new. But just remember, this is the perfect day to just step back from the situation and think about whatever it is before you take a certain actions. What else I was going to say, you know, by the end of the day, the 3rd of February, it's also going to bring you the realization that there is going to be a really nice change, and that change that you're going to have is just going to be connected to your home, and this is going to be really good change, because it's all about joy, pleasure, peace, love, contentment, and happiness, you know. So this is a really good change that you're going to be enjoying here, and at the same time something really special is also going to become available to you. Okay, so now the second date that I need you to remember is actually going to be the 14th of February. Now, the 14th of February is the day when you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel a really strong connection with yourself. You're going to have a really strong connection with your spirituality. The balance is going to be like really amazing, to be quite honest. And you are going to have the control over the situation, strange, strength, energetic day, like really, really great. And this is all going to come from you realizing that there is a certain accomplishment that is about to manifest, a certain accomplishment, it's about to happen, and it's going to be a very strong indication. So this is going to be really good for you, because this is also connected to the part of your life that was very stagnating, very slow, and it didn't change much. So now there is going to be a significant change, but that in itself is just going to also be very good for you, because very interesting, it's going to be good, yeah, but very interesting, because at the same time you're going to have a very, very strong connection with your childhood, very, very strong connection with the childhood. But this is going to be really interesting, because there is a certain idea that you're going to kind of like start feeling very connected to, and it's going to come in the form of reflections on the past. It's going to bring you a really nice insight. So say there is something from the past that is subconsciously going to kind of start coming back into your life slowly. I highly suggest you to get something like a lapis lazuli. Look at this baby. This is called lapis lazuli, this crystal, and it's also known as a stone of an ancient Egypt. And this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain. And basically the link to buy this is in the description below. This is a really powerful crystal indeed. And especially when we are like connecting to our spirituality, especially when we are really spiritual, especially when we are receiving lots of omens and messages throughout the month, you know, it's very important to have something like a lapis lazuli, because it helps us with the grounding in itself, but it also helps us to sharpen up our third psychic eye, and it helps us like to you know, to make a really strong connection with our spirit guides, with our guardian angels and things like that, so we can actually pinpoint like the right messages for us, because sometimes there's so many messages and there's so many different dimensions, we're in so many different places at the same time, that it's very difficult to pinpoint these particular messages for us. And that's why lapis lazuli is absolutely brilliant. I suggest you to wear lapis lazuli throughout February and March. It's going to be quite significant as well. The link to buy this, as I said, it's in the description below. So now the third important day, my beautiful Gemini, it's actually going to be on the 25th of February. Now the 25th of February, there is a new special relationship going to start happening in your life. There is a new special relationship going to start manifesting in your life, and that special relationship that is going to start manifesting in your life, it's actually going to be very significant for you, because it's just there is something about that particular relationship, about that particular person, that it's going to make you feel really good about self. Something about that particular person is going to bring you like lots of love and lots of light and lots of nice energy into your life, and something that is going to come through this person is just going to give you super nice, beautiful influence indeed. Also at the same time you will realize that this is going to be the time of reorganization. You're going to need to you're gonna need to reorganize things a little bit here, and this is going to be the realization here. Number 7 is going to be a lucky number on this particular day indeed. And also you're gonna need to, as I said, you're gonna need to reorganize things a little bit, and then the most importantly, the results of your efforts are nearly due, and this is a good one. This is a really good one, because this is all about your success gain, and you're going to realize that you actually ended up with more than you wanted, which is absolutely brilliant. And this is going to be your own advantage, a victory, and also a very successful negotiation. It's going to become significant on the 25th of February. And also, if you can actually pinpoint a certain day when you can choose a negotiation, if you do need to have a negotiation, if you do need to buy something big, if you do need to start something huge, then I would most certainly suggest this to be 25th of February 2019, because you are going to get so much more if you start on this particular day indeed. Now, going on the first part of February 2019. Now, the first part of February, it's all about it's having a connection and reconnection, strong connection with the childhood as well, strong connection with the past, strong connection with those areas in your childhood that used to make you feel really happy. But that in itself, without even realizing, it's going to give you a certain new focus, and that in itself is going to become your strength. You're going to need to withdraw from the situation for just a little while, but that in itself is just going to bring you its own grounding, and the grounding is also going to bring you a really powerful promise, which is going to come in the form of the whole new option which is going to become available for you. There is a contemplation that you are going to have, and especially the contemplation is going to have with something long term that you are focusing on, long term that you are trying to achieve. You will see that there is an ending coming to an end. There is an ending of the certain spiritual journey with a certain realization that you're going to have, and that in itself is going to make you feel quite excited. Now, only a few months ago, you'll be like, oh, no way, but now this is going to be absolutely fine. A little bit of a heartbreaking situation, because something is going to need to go. Something is going to need to be cut out of your life in order to get where you want to get. You need to remember that you need to follow your own intuition. Don't listen to him, don't listen to her, don't listen to them. You just need to follow your own intuition, and that intuition is just going to become your own determination, okay? it is going to be the moment when you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and something is not going to be just quite right, because you're going to realize that in order to get where you want to get, in order to do what you want to do, you are going to need to be part of the competition, and that part of the competition is going to make you feel like a little bit nervous. But guess what? You're going to be absolutely fine, because this is going to be the answer. This is going to be the key. This is going to be your own stepping point, and it's going to be very, very powerful indeed. I highly suggest you any kind of competition, any kind of changes, and any kind of new happenings, any kind of like a new realizations. It takes a lot from us, energetically, and when it comes to our balance and things like that. So I really highly suggest you to get Moldavite, one of the most powerful crystals in the world indeed. And again, like a February, throughout the February, I would like you to wear Moldavite, because what is Moldavite going to do? This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, which is like this one, and the link is in the description below. And this Moldavite is absolutely brilliant, because when it comes to the certain changes that are happening, when it comes to the competitions, when it comes to us having challenges with other people, through other people, with other people, then Moldavite is very good when it comes to anxiety, very good when it comes to stress, very good to protect us. At the same time, it sharpens up our like a third psychic eye, but it attracts finances, it's very good for the career indeed, and it's a very, very good grounding crystal. And this is something that it's very essential, especially when we are going through the certain challenges, and especially when we are afraid of like being ourselves sometimes and saying things, if we are afraid if we are going to say the right thing, the right things, then Moldavite is brilliant, because it helps you to relax and say the right things. Okay, so that's why Moldavite is something that I highly recommend. On another hand, the second part of February 2019, it's also the second part of February 2019, it's going to bring you really wonderful victory and mental clarity over the situation that was just really driving you nuts, or over the situation that was really making you feel negative, making you feel really low over the last 10 months. That is coming to an end. There's a beautiful victory and mental clarity you're having here. That in itself is going to require from you to decide something, but you're going to need some kind of spiritual guidance. Hello! No, you're going to need some kind of spiritual guidance. You're going to like kind of have feel like you're going to watch something, you're going to listen to something, you're going to ask something, and then you get like some kind of nice answer to it, and that answer from somebody whom you think whom you think really highly, from somebody who you think is like some kind of spiritual leader, it's going to give you tell you something which is going to become like an amazing balance. At the same time, you are just going to kind of start feeling it. You're going to start feeling yourself, you're going to start feeling your life. I'm not saying that you didn't feel your life at this point, but there is just something really strong and powerful you are going to be born in you here. This is going to be your own spiritual awakening indeed. The third part of February 2019, it is going to be very strong when it comes to teamwork, very strong when it comes to us working with other people, very strong when it comes to you working with other people, very strong when it comes to people in your life and people around you. But be careful, because there is going to be the person that is just going to be like not really nice person. It's going to be connected to a certain teamwork, so just be a little bit careful, because somebody is just going to try to maybe take a little bit of advantage from you. So be careful. If you are self-employed, for example, just be careful, because there's going to be a strange client you're going to need to deal with. If you're like retired and you're not working, then again, I need you to be careful, because there is somebody at the end of the month that is just going to try to maybe use you for something, lie about something. So just be careful a little bit. Your own power and stamina is going to be tested at this moment in time indeed. What else I was going to say, that there is an option, financial option, also going to become available at the end of February 2019, and this is going to be really good and really significant. Also for those of you that are looking for a job, looking for work, if you haven't got the work, this is brilliant. Just keep on applying throughout the months, because there is something going to happen at the end of the month that is just going to be really good for you. When it comes to the actual family members, you see, this is a fantastic family life. Something very significant is going to happen to the whole family or the people around you. If you haven't got a family, then it's you and it's the people around you. And if you haven't got anybody around you, then something very significant is going to happen to you, to your home life and things like that. And also recognition, fantastic recognition at the end of the month. The recognition that you are going to have at the end of the month is going to be absolutely life changes. It's just going to make you and help you realize something really interesting about your life. It's It's going to help you realize to rediscover yourself and discover something completely new that is going to become very significant in your life later on. In fact, November 2019, it's going to have direct continuation of whatever is happening to you in your life. Sorry about that. See? Hi! Yeah, they came from me. No, I'm joking. Sorry. Whatever is happening in your life, it is just going to kind of be very strong. This is going to be very strong for you in November 2019. Direct continuation of February. Whatever you start in February, November 2019, it is just going to be the direct continuation, and it's all going to make sense to you indeed. Okay, the second part is going to be then. This is going to be powerful. This is going to be strong. And this is going to be something that is actually going to have a direct impact on your whole life indeed. It is all about this month, it is all about your own personal celebration and your own personal perspective, and there's so much going to be happening. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationship this month. For those of you that are in relationship this month, and this is for February 2019, Gemini in relationship. Oops. Oh. Ooh. Okay, well, this is really interesting. For those of you that are in relationship, there is the new opportunity going to happen. There is something going to happen to your partner. Something is going to happen with your partner, and this is going to resolve in a new opportunity. That new opportunity is also at the same time going to become a new option. It is going to give you a little bit of food for thoughts. It is going to change certain way of thinking about a certain direction in your life. Something is going to start changing here, but only because the new option is going to become available, and that option that becomes available, it is just going to have a really strong and lovely impact on both of you. It is going to bring a little bit of contemplation indeed. You're going to need to think about certain things, the way you're going to do certain things, but this is going to be absolutely brilliant. There is a very good idea that you're both going to have out of it, and by the time when we get to the end of the month, there is the whole new option that is already going to start manifesting for you indeed, and it's going to involve both of you, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. There is a significant change that is going to happen when it comes to your home environment, but this is actually going to be really good change, and this change is only going to happen purely because of the love in between two people, but other things have been happening, and other things are going to be happening throughout the month, and they are going to be good, and this is why the things are going to turn out like this basically. But this is absolutely brilliant, and this is also going to be a really good month because there is something that you're going to realize about your partner, something that you were wondering, and something that you didn't get an answer to, and something that you were really uncertain about, but this is all going to make sense. And also when it comes to the actual health, the partner's health, it's also very strongly going to start improving at this point. Okay, so now it's here. Okay, so now Gemini that are single. La 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 la. Okay, do you know, they're all mixed up. My cards are all around the place. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this quickly. Gemini. This is Gemini. This is for Gemini single. Ready to mingle? Here we go. So this is for Gemini single, and it's for February 2019. Oh. Gemini single. Ooh, of course, Gemini. You see, this is really exciting. Now, this is really exciting. This is the month of this is going to be the month of your own personal rebirth. Not only you're going to have a very strong connection with your past, not only you're going to have a very strong connection with your childhood, not only your social relationships are going to be really important. There is a certain person from the past that is going to come through forward as in friend, and you're going to like this. This is going to have a really nice influence, a really nice impact impact on you. But there is something going to happen this month, and I really like it, because someone really special is going to start manifesting themselves in your life. It is going to happen at around the 25th, or at around the end of the month, really, on the 25th or at around the 25th. You know, there is someone very special that is going to start manifesting in your life, and that person that is going to start manifesting in your life is just going to have a really wonderful influence on you, really wonderful impact on you. That person is going to be very different, that person is going to be very significant, and that person is amazingly, almost immediately going to make you feel so good about yourself. I suppose they will be doing the right thing. This person is going to be saying the right things. This person is going to be telling you you're gorgeous all the time and how much they like you. No, seriously, like, no, this person, seriously, is going to be telling you like the right things, like, you know, to make you feel really good. And there is something going to be very strong when you meet this person, a very interesting balance that you are going to have. And it's almost like you're going to find yourself in a situation when you're going to be thinking like how you want to like try things in your life you've never tried with this person. You will be able to imagine your future so far with this person. So there is somebody that is going to come through, that is going to come forward for those of you that are single, and it's just someone that you haven't met before. There's someone that you don't know, so you haven't been with this person yet. This is somebody who you're going to meet for the first time ever, and somebody who's just going to leave such a really nice influence and impact on you, and you're going to start feeling really happy. And this is going to be the answer, this is going to be the key, the way you feel around this person. You will see exactly what I mean. So there is someone very, very special going to manifest in your life. This person is going to be very responsible, very, very interesting, very responsible when it comes to their money, very responsible when it comes to emotions, very responsible when it comes to their life, and it's going to have absolutely perfect work-life balance indeed. Okay, so prepare to meet someone really, really special, my gorgeous, beautiful Gemini. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my video. I love you to bits. Yes, you. And I'm sending you brightest blessings, love and light right now. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.